A press conference by the Honorable Federal Commissioner of the National Population Commission, Cross River State, welcome you all to this year's World Population Day 2025 as organized by the National Population Commission. This year, World Population Day celebration is particular as it is held under the theme, Real Facilities Crisis. Before I go further, I wish to talk about our commission. The MPC is a federal agency, as you may be aware by now, started with the responsibility of managing the nation's population. Specifically, some of the criteria mandate of the commission include periodic enumerations of Nigerians' population through census, sample survey, and other methods to ensure accurate and up-to-date data. Registration of births and deaths for establishing full legal status for individuals and generating reliable statistical data that underpin effective planning, policy formulation, and national development. The World Population Day is an annual event sanctioned by the United Nations and drawn the attention of the world to population issues. This year's theme, Real Facilities Issues, underscored the need to swiftly address an issue that has eaten deep to the fabric of our society, threatening our collective existence. Hence, demanding attention, undertaking, understanding, and action. Recent demographics show severe fertility decline worldwide. More worrisome is the disturbing fact that millions of individuals and families out there hitherto face challenges of inability to have the number of children they desire. Whether they wish for more children, fewer, or none at all, many find themselves constrained by factors beyond their control. Unfortunately, our women are unfairly blamed for these changes. Also engage on advocacy programs, creating awareness of the various population services rendered by our commission. Furthermore, the MPC Cross River State Office is actively partnering with the First Lady of Cross River State, Bishop Mrs. Ayowan Basi Otu, to improve voter registration processes and enhance advocacy and sensitization efforts focused on women and caregivers in the state. The last census conducted in this country was the year 2006. And between then and now, we realize that it's almost about 20-something years, if I'm not mistaken, about 20-something years. Which internationally, the requirement would to have been 10 years interval. So in Nigeria, we're only living by estimation that our population is this, our population is that. And that is very, very unfortunate when it comes to the challenges of policy making. policy making and implementation of our policy. You have this challenge of what do you do, how to address the needs of the people with regard to education sector. How do you address the needs of the people with regard to health? How do you address the need of the people with regard to network, road network? It becomes a challenge. And that is the reason, most of the reasons why you see us today in government. I don't know whether I will sound indicting. That today the policy depends on who influence what or who have what to say. All right? But actually what needs to be done is data. When you have the data of the people, the correct data of the people that you are managing, you are governing, you'll be able to plan well. I was so happy and very proud of Mr. President when he said we cannot continue like this, that this country can't continue like this, that there must be census in this country, in this regime. That it is that road that you plan for this country. He was so, in fact, he was expressing anger, frustration. He said, how do you plan for those who need fertilizer? Now, this is what helps you to know those who need fertilizer. And for your own information, demographic, which is one of the aspects that we do mostly, give you record of who have what needs. Who are those who are down in heads? All right? What is the age bracket differences? So, if you don't have the data, how do you plan? Tomorrow in Nigeria, you hear we are 250 million. The next moment you hear, no, it has come down to 210 million. I don't know whether it's war that consumed the other number. So, there is need for us to conduct census in this country.
This day, that is the 2025 World Population Day, let's listen to what the young people want and need, and create a condition that enable them to exercise rights, make their own choices, and enjoy a hopeful future, fostering solidarity between generations and supporting the human rights of both current and future generations.
Real fertility crisis is not just a global issue. It affects Nigeria. It affects Cross River State. It is possible. It may affect the world. It may affect Nigeria. It may not affect Cross River State. I have been able to look at it statistically and agree with the team. How? If you look at the multiple indicator cluster survey 2016 to 2017, organized principally by UNICEF, you discover that the total fertility rate for Cross River State in 2016 is 4.4. 8 years after, that is 2023 to 2024, it drops down from 4.4 to 3.0. And that result came from, not mixed this time around, because the last mix was in 2021, but from National Health and Demographic Study. You see, when they did their own survey, they discovered that the fertility has further, dropped from 4.0 to 3.0, representing 32% decline. So you can see that crisis, as I've earlier mentioned, affects Cross River State. So the topic is very, very correct.
Welcome you all to this year World Population Day celebration, organized by the National Population Commission. This year theme, Real Fertility Crisis, highlights the urgent need to address declining fertility rates and their impact on society. The World Population Day is an annual UN-sanctioned event that draws global attention to population challenges. The current demographic trend show a worrying decline in fertilities worldwide. Many families face challenges in having the number of children they deserve. Many beyond their control. Beyond their control. Sadly, women are often unfairly blamed for these challenges and changes. When in reality, facts such as health, education, economic condition, cultural norms, and access to reproductive services influence fertility decisions. We are also partnering with the First Lady of Cross River State, Bishop Mrs. Eyowan Bassi Otu, to improve vital registration and increase awareness and participation among women and caregivers. Provided an office for us which costs over 500 million. This is a governor who understands the importance of MPC because he knows the importance of data and is not ready to joke with data. I'm not surprised even when everybody knows that Cross State has no money, but it's performing wonderfully.
As the CEO of the State Planning Commission in Cross River State, I am deeply aware of the pivotal role that population planning plays in shaping our state's future. Today, we gather not just to celebrate, but to recommit ourselves to policies and actions that ensure every citizen, regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of background, has the opportunity to thrive in an equitable and sustainable society. The world has now surpassed 8 billion people, a milestone that presents both opportunities and challenges. For Cross River State, this means addressing critical issues such as youth employment and empowerment, healthcare access, education, gender equality, and climate resilience. Our population in Cross River actually is our strength and it's a blessing. It is our greatest asset. If you look at socioeconomic indicators, our population has added to the socioeconomic power of Cross River State. But if we invest wisely in human capital and create an enabling environment for all, we would enjoy the benefit of our population. The authority bestowed on me by you and His Excellency to represent him in this event, I hereby declare this event open in the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much.
In terms of fertility is as a result of the lots of drugs they put in contraceptive pill. And I've even found out that some of the contraceptive pill can use to cancer of the cervix. Yes, this same UNFPA and WHO. WHO, I stand to be quoted because I subspecialize even in fertility control. Today, to talk about the declining fertility, which I put it to you, is partly as a result of the effect of the methods they used in them to control fertility. Now we are talking about declining. Who has ever worked out the exact statistics of how many people can be contained in a certain area of the world? Who told you that you need to be married to get pregnant? Who told you that you need to have a job to get pregnant? These are people's ideas about other people. These are people's ideas about other people. And the way they said about it, they made these poor ladies feel very ashamed. Why? Why should you feel ashamed? We have our African culture and tradition. Go to the villages. Go to the villages and see what is going on. You must respect what God has created. Not that population should not be controlled, but it must be through education.
Birth rate has started stabilizing and getting high, and the death rate is dropping. And so the second and third stage will give you the population increase or population growth. That is when countries like Japan and Germany, that's where those countries are. Today, the number, you see that most of their welfare packages are for those of the aged between 65 and above. And that's why they want to bring Africans. I say, come and do free lottery. You need to gamble. You think they're doing you a favor. They want to go and enslave you. They want to produce again. They want to bring you.
But now look at the northern part of this country. Only 7% of women that are pregnant deliver in health facilities in Jigawa State. Please ensure that you are having them, the children are coming out safe, the mother is also safe, deliveries are taking place in recognized hospitals and facilities.
Common knowledge that from population figures, the youth represent about 60% of the total population of Nigeria. And that is over half of the population of Nigeria. And so with these statistics, it goes to show that you cannot be talking about the development of Nigeria, the development of our various states as the subnationals without a mention of the contributions of young people.
Infertility or there is population explosion. It is statistic you will use to defend yourself. As the statistician general of the state, I think I'm going to respond to some of this presentation statistically with data and with evidence. Nigeria is 5.83. And in 2023 through 2024, we had the National Demographic and Health Survey. The fertility rate now dropped to what? 4.8. So if you calculate the percentage decrease, you are going to have 17.67%. The real fertility crisis, the pursuit of reproductive health agency. In fact, I need to congratulate and I need to appreciate the United Nations or the United Nations Population Fund. As I earlier mentioned, they are the only recognized agency in the world that addresses the issue of fertility.